Hey guys, welcome to vlog number something. I always do this. I don't know what vlog it is. 27. How you doing? We just got off the end of our 8 hour shift stream. Literally finished it about 2 minutes ago. Um, it went very well. We enjoyed it a lot. We did well. We just about hung in there. I don't even know what I'm going to talk about. I just started this vlog instantly. I don't even know what I'm going to say. But fuck it. But fuck it. But yeah, it was really good. Sashin came around for the first half of it. We played Brothers, Tale of Two Sons, which was gifted to us by Morgan. Very much appreciated. Thank you, Morgan. Then Sashin went home. We played Gambies to start, which was good fun as always. And then Sashin went home and we played. Did we just do Overwatch for 3 hours? Maybe. I think so. Yeah, that sounds about right. Which was good fun. So yeah, it was a good day. A very long day. And it's not over for me yet, but it will be soon. Maybe. Vaguely. So, what do I really have to say? Well, thank you guys for watching the stream today. Some of you were here for the whole 8 hours, which is. Whew, damn. Dimsham, that's kind of crazy. You are masters of willpower to make it through 8 hours of that, my god. So thank you all for that. If you did watch, no matter how long you watched already, for coming in at all, and making our day and stream a little bit better. It was very good to see you all. We had our highest ever donation, which is very much appreciated. We think we know who it was from, but they haven't told us yet. Probably never will. But yeah, we've got a pretty good idea. So if you're out there, if you're watching, thank you very much for that. That was crazy. Biggest one yet, and we're talking like. This is big money. We're getting into big money territory, which is not something that we're familiar with really. So we're really pleased to see that. Thank you very much. It was incredibly kind. Yeah, it's been a good year. I was saying I got into briefly on stream. It's been very transformative year for me. I don't know in the sense that when we started, I was still quite just a nervous human being. I had issues of anxiety and stuff, and the streams made me a lot more confident just as a person. I've always had the similar attitude that I have now, sort of like not really giving a fuck what people think and just being kind of blunt about things. But it never really translated into confidence. It was sort of just my way, but I was still kind of socially awkward and uncomfortable in general social situations. But streaming for so long and meeting so many different types of people and dealing with so many different types of people, dealing with conflict and keeping a community under control and nurtured and stuff. It's taught me a lot about how to deal with people and how to handle stress and how to manage my time better. It's got a lot of real world applications. Streaming, it really does. It seems to the layman that it's just sitting behind a camera playing video games. But there's like if you look at it like Sasha and I do, there's so many more levels to it than that. It's a very big sort of maze of issues, and there's a lot to think about when we're streaming. We're never just thinking about the game or each other. We've always got a lot of things in our mind while we're doing it. So it's taught me to be more, just better, I think. And I've learned quite a few things about myself during this past year. I've learned some aspirations I didn't know I had. I want to get into voice acting or voice work, which tell that to 14-year-old Tom and watch him just fucking cunt punt you or something, because the idea of doing something like that, putting yourself out there to that degree, would have just terrified me as a younger child. But as an adult, I've come to quite like my voice, and among other things, come to respect my confidence more. Well, I didn't have any confidence before, but I've come to respect that as a thing that exists now. And yeah, hopefully in sometime this year or the start of next year, I'll try to look into that, getting some voice training, maybe some work, which would be nice, and just putting it to good use on the stream as well. I've got Tom's Literature Corner that I do regularly. Just it's a thing that you need to have really as a streamer, especially if you do long shifts like 8 hours. You need to know how to control your voice and how to look after your voice. And it's just something that I want to learn. You know, it's something that I want to add to my repertoire that isn't particularly big, but you know, it's all a learning experience really. And I want to get some of that under my belt, so that'd be nice. But yeah, on the broad scale, it's been a very good year for us, really. I've mentioned it before. We haven't had exceptional growth. We haven't blown up overnight or anything. We never had that much luck. We've never had like huge 1,000 people raids or anything. We've had some big raids. On the sort of like small scale Twitch side of things, we've had like Two Guys One Game raided us for 100 people, which for us is absolutely huge. That's like immense. That's twice our highest ever view count, you know. Um, but on the like grand Twitch scale, 100 people isn't that many, but like it's still huge for us. But we've never we a lot of you hear about a lot of people who have like amazing luck with that kind of stuff, and it just hasn't really happened for us. But what we do have, as I've also mentioned before, is a small, very tight knit group of people that come back every day and watch us and get on with us and who are our friends. You know, which you can say what you want about our growth. I think that is the real important thing, and that's what I sort of look back on over the past year. You know, all the people that have come in and stuck around. We've had people that have been here since the very beginning. People like Catman, people like Good Dark Hero. They've been here since the first month and 2 months. You know, people like Chibi have been here since before Christmas. We've had so many people that have just stuck around for months and months and months and months, which is crazy. Sometimes people use the followers command in chat, which shows how long they've been following for, and it's like fucking like mid-20s weeks, which is like half a year, which just seems so crazy because when you stream like this day to day, you kind of, well, at me at least, because I didn't really have anything else going on, I sort of just lose track of time, and suddenly it's a year since I've been doing this. You know, it really doesn't feel like it, but you know that's good. It shows that I enjoy what I'm doing. It's not without its stresses and unique problems, but at its core, it's what I think about at night. You know, it's what I go to bed wondering how I can make better and improve. It's what keeps me up at night sometimes. So it's you know, I think in all the things that I've tried to do in my life in terms of like career or job prospects and stuff, I think this is the one that's, you know, kept me as engaged and passionate about it since the get-go. I usually try things that I think I'd be into, and then kind of just give them up because I'm not as into them as I thought, or something about it doesn't fit, or something about it is impossible for me personally because of illness or whatever. But streaming is just something that I can do, you know, no matter how ill I get, I can still manage to sit in front of a computer. Like when I was in relapse, I couldn't possibly go to work every day. I couldn't hold down 9 to 5. I can't even leave the house on most days, you know. But streaming, I can just come upstairs, sit in front of a computer, and talk at a camera. And I've always been good at sort of masking emotions, making light of bad situations and stuff. Humor's always how I got past, you know, grief or depression. It's always how I've just dealt with things. So, you know, when I feel really ill, I can still convincingly be, you know, entertaining and funny, which is important. I think you've got to be able to maintain a good mask in this kind of work, I think. And that's assuming that, you know, not everyone is prone to illness or just sadness like I am, but you know, if you are, you've got to be able to do that, otherwise it will just crush you, really. I've seen so many friends, so many fellow streamers who have just slowly stopped doing it, you know, just for whatever reason. I see so many people who go through periods of depression. It's usually because of lack of growth or just not feeling like their work is being properly recognized, you know, which it's a huge thing because like you really do pour your heart and soul into this, and there are some days where just nobody's there or you get no new followers, and sometimes it just seems like, what's the point, you know? No one was even watching, no one even cared, and I can definitely understand why it can get people down and depressed, because you just put so much time in, and in any other aspects, in any other type of work on the planet, you'd be getting paid for it, you know? But you'd be, what's the word? You'd be refunded for your efforts. You get money, you get paid, you be able to subsidize yourself. But for this, like, yes, it's a hobby, but so many people, and us included, treat it like a job. We have the kind of work ethic needed for a job. We have the kind of professionalism needed for a job. Like, it may not seem like it sometimes. Obviously, we try hard to, well, we don't try hard, it's just who we are, but we like to maintain a level of like matiness. You know, we don't like to seem like this is a professional environment because that's not what we want and that's not who we are. But behind the scenes, we keep a very tight ship. You know, we handle things very professionally. When we interact with people, we're always very polite, and I don't need to explain it. But we like to keep that sort of locked away behind the scenes. When we're on stream, it becomes a very immature, very just a jokey environment where nothing is really that serious. And I think that's important. I think that's one of the reasons people enjoy the stream. You'd hope, at least, anyway. I completely lost my train of thought. Talking about people dropping out. Yeah, so, I mean, when we started, I was kind of unsure whether or not it would be something that would weigh on me too much, because there are so many times in my life that I've tried to do something and the pressure, the stress has just got too much for me, and I've needed help from friends or family, or I've needed just support from elsewhere. But I've just not been able to do it by myself. Like college, it was a really bad time for me. That we had pretty big issues at home, and I kind of just collapsed a bit. I was in relapse again at that point, and my mum started taking me to college every morning, driving me there. And if she hadn't have done that, I would have dropped out, and I wouldn't have got my qualifications. That's the kind of thing I mean. So I was unsure if, when doing this, I'd be able to maintain it for as long as I have. And after a year, like I can quite safely say now that, like, I've had some rough times this year. I've had some really rough times. Some like my health-wise, I've had the roughest time of my entire life during this year. And if I didn't, I kind of feel like it's kind of like when people say if you're friends with someone for over 7 years or whatever bullshit amount, you're gonna be friends with them for life. I feel like if I've come through this after this year, nothing else can really make me stop doing it. I've had some proper bad times this year, but I've dealt with them like I've never really dealt with them before. I've actually come through them quite easily, not easily, but they haven't at all knocked me down like I expected them to, which is good. It shows that I've come a long way from the person who I used to be. Really, come a lot stronger, I think. I've had a really good support group this year. A lot of whom are people that watch the stream, people that I've met through streaming. So I kind of feel like the positives of streaming outweigh the negatives so much more than anything else I've ever done. Like, usually I start to pick apart things that I do. Right, I start to when I start to feel myself not enjoying something like I used to. I look at it and analyze all the things that are wrong with it and all the things that I don't like about it, and then it's like Inception. It starts, a seed's planted, and I just eventually start to really hate it. Like, it was kind of like university. I got ill, and then I started thinking about, why am I here? And eventually that became me dropping out for whatever reason. But this just hasn't had that. I've never once felt that I didn't want to do this anymore, which has surprised me. But it shows that I have a passion for it that I haven't really had before for anything. So yeah, I think this is good, and the next year of streaming shall continue like this one has. I've got some goals in mind that I want to achieve in 2016, 2017, in terms of stream growth. But whether or not it happens, really, it doesn't really matter, because even if we don't reach them, we're not just going to stop. Like, if we don't have 1,500 followers by mid 2017, we're not going to give up. We're not just going to call it a day. Streaming is, you kind of just have to persevere with it constantly, over and over again. You just keep bashing your head against it until it's done. Like, I feel like maybe we won't ever attain massive success, but I think we can attain something that's worthy of being called a job, worthy of being called a career. Well, for me, I'm not sure if Session would agree, because he has more sort of traditional ideas of what a career is meant to be. But for someone like me, this is something that I really want to do for the foreseeable. The only thing I can see really taking this over in my mind is if something came along and did to Twitch what Twitch did to YouTube. Like, if something comes along that is just so much more intuitive and interactive than Twitch is, I'm sure we consider doing that instead. But you know, barring that, for me, this is something I'm going to continue for a long time, as long as I can, really. And yeah, I mean, I hope you guys continue to be as enthusiastic about it as you have been. You know, it's been a blessing, really. We couldn't have got this far without all you guys who come along every day, so supportive of us. We really couldn't. We couldn't have. It would have just been fucking depressing if we came in every day and worked our asses off, tried to be entertaining as hard as we could, and nobody was there. That would have been so bad, you know. But you guys just being as supportive as you have been and coming up every day, it kind of proves to us that, you know, we don't have any pretenses that we're anyone special or we have any special ability that other people don't have. But it proves to us that something that we're doing is right. You know, it proves to us that we can do this and we shouldn't stop doing it because there are people that watch us that really enjoy it, and we really enjoy doing it. So there's no reason why we should give it up, and that's important to have. I think if you guys weren't there, we wouldn't have that voice telling us to not give it up. So it's a very symbiotic relationship, Twitch. I've said it before. Like, if without the streamers, naturally the stream wouldn't exist. But without the viewers, the stream wouldn't exist, because the stream would say, "What the fuck are we doing? No one's watching. Why are we even bothering?" And they go about their lives, you know. But when the two combine, I think it's something quite special. Really, it's an amazing thing. We've met so many people from so many different parts of the world. Is it every continent that we know people from now? I think, yeah, it's every continent. We've met people from every single continent of the planet doing this. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. We've had North America, South America, South Africa, Europe, Australasia. Missing one. North America, Asia. Where is that total? I think that's it. It's just been such a... It's just been crazy. You meet the kind of people that we never thought we'd meet. Just had the kind of interactions we never thought we'd have, you know? It's been really good. Really quite a profound experience for me, I think. Something that I'm always going to remember. So yeah. Good shit. Thank you guys all for hanging out today and every day. And I hope you continue to do so and continue to enjoy it. I think I'm going to sign it off there. I think I've said pretty much all I want to say. I'm going to go record Ozymandias for Friday's Literature Corner, which should be fun. It's a very... I think it's a very Tom poem. Yeah? We'll see how it goes. And I'll see you next time. So bye guys, thank you for watching. Have a good night. Have a good day. Whenever the fuck you're watching this. We'll see you next time. Oh, bye.